Oh my god, do you guys know? Do you guys know? That's just released a new trailer. Let's look at it. Awesome. Oh yeah, this seems really cool. Nice. Cool effects and all. Alright. Cool sound. What is this? I don't know this music. Yeah. Seems cool. Underwater and all. Whoa, a revolver. Badass and stuff. Whoa, so much tension. Whoa, awesome. Hey, what the? Rihanna? Seriously, DusK? Seriously? Rihanna? Fuck off, DusK. This is how it should be in the first place. Alright, now let's talk serious business. Let's talk about the first thing I saw here, which was the detail of the weapon. I actually kind of liked what I saw, to be honest. Nice level of detail, somewhat between what Battlefield 3 is and what Battlefield Bad Company 2 was. Bad Company 2, in my opinion, was better because you had a better feel of the weapon. And anyhow, we see huge detail improvements here. I mean, the interiors are much more detailed than they used to be. We've seen improvements happening since Battlefield Bad Company 2. If you remember, guys, you would go on a building and it would be completely empty. Now you see lots of details here that definitely add up to the immersion effect. Now another thing that I noticed, when the guy opens the door, you see lots of birds flying away, giving away your position, and that is actually already implemented on Battlefield 3 on the endgame campaign. If you notice, when you go to any endgame map, if you start wandering around on the map, you'll see birds flying off at your position. That's also a good hint to know where enemy players are. If you see birds flying away from a tree, it's most likely an enemy right there. So I think it's a good detail, and it also adds up for the immersion effect. Well done. Now again, the level detail it's stunning. This is definitely one of the few things that really caught my eye during this presentation, this reveal. I really loved what I saw here. Again, Frostbite 3, the upgraded version of Frostbite 2, clearly allows for much more depth and level of detail, which adds up for the immersion, and I'm all for that. Now let's move on to the next thing, which is dogs. I truly hope that there are no dogs on the multiplayer. That would be a total rip-off out of Call of Duty. That would totally suck ass, in my opinion. Okay, moving on. You see that the grenades feel much more powerful now. Look at this. Awesome. Much more powerful than they seem on Battlefield 3, to be honest. And then you see something really great. Dual sights. Even though you have like a bigger sight, like a 3.4 sight, you still be able to use, whoa, let's go back, use the iron sights. This really adds up for more gameplay depth and versatility when it comes to using the attachments and being a better player on the battlefield. I definitely love this. It was probably one of the best things about this trailer so far. Now let's move on to the next thing, which is the color scheme. The game sure looks beautiful, and I do want to show you guys how it could look if the colors weren't weared off as well. So when I first look at the trailer, I mean, yeah, it's cool and all. It looks beautiful, definitely beautiful. But here's one thing: even though it looks beautiful, it still feels that it's not as beautiful as it could be. Now look at this. This is with color correction off. This is on. Off. On. Alright? Off again. And on for the last time. I honestly, I'd rather have this than this right here. I'd rather have this than this. Much more colorful, sorry. Even though it's you don't have a blue tint ruining everything, the color scheme still feels weared off. So I don't know. I'd rather to have an option on my settings, on my graphical settings, to allow for a more vivid color scheme. That's just me. Same thing here. I mean, let's just put the color scheme on, off, on, and off. Honestly, this is much better. Anyway, small details that, you know, when all these small details get combined, they really destroy immersion for me. Now the supernova returns. Look at this. It's not as bad as it was on Battlefield 3, but it's still there, and it's still fucking retarded if you ask me. It's definitely something that it's gonna destroy gameplay for me. Speaking about something that's gonna destroy gameplay for me, guess what we see here? Yeah, blurry screen, suppression. Here we go. Let's watch it again, guys. Let's watch it again. So, no blurry screen, blurry screen. No blur, blur. Okay? Normal eyes, eye cancer. Normal eyes, eye cancer. This is just stupid and retarded, and every stupid thing that you could possibly think of, this is what it is. I hate this. I want to see what's around me. It does not add up for the immersion effect at all. Okay, even though this is my personal opinion, this video is my personal rant or opinion or review or analysis or whatever, and I just don't like it when they forbid you of seeing the game as it should be. Now moving on, again a small detail, just a small detail. The mile meter here, you know, the counter doesn't move. If it moves on endgame, why shouldn't it move on on Battlefield 4? If Battlefield 3 has it, how come Battlefield 4 doesn't have it? Again, it's a small detail, but again, all the small details combined make up for, you know, gameplay breaking aspects. Sorry. Now moving on, we see a new weapon, grenade launcher, cool stuff. And I'm guessing that this house is also going to be used a lot on multiplayer. I mean, you see repeated buildings all over the, especially on Bad Company 2 and on Battlefield 3 as well. And I'm guessing this is going to be one of them. It actually looks good. I like it. It's really cool. Moving on to the next thing, knife animations are back. Unfortunately, I don't like one-hit kills, but hey, it's just a small detail. Again, but as long as it works, and you know, there were some really nasty problems with Battlefield 3, because sometimes you couldn't knife the guy. I mean, there would be no animation, and sometimes you would knife them while you were facing them, which isn't supposed to happen. You're only supposed to do this when you're hitting them either from the side or from the back, never from the front. But anyway, as long as it's, you know, tweaked, I'm cool with it, to be honest. Moving to the next one. This can be either something really bad, this can be something really bad, this could mean nothing at all, or this could be actually something good. Now if you notice, that guy presses one key and everyone has a Dorito on their head. Everyone is spotted, and this can either be three things. This can only be a single player exclusive thing, so it doesn't really matter for the multiplayer, or this could be an even easier, dumbed down, stupid way of spotting. One key now, instead of spawning one guy, it spots everyone. Okay? Or this can be a good thing and can actually be a tool, a specific tool for the squad leader. If this is only an ability for the squad leader, and if the 3D spotting doesn't stay for long, then I think I'm kind of cool with it, because again, you're giving proper tools to the squad leader. You know, I may be wrong, but whatever. Let's move on. Same thing happens here. Look at this. One click and everyone is spotted. Oh no, this is actually the wrong clip. Right here. One click, everyone is spotted. Yeah. I guess this is like a diversion tool that you can use with your AI on the single player, but on the multiplayer, I hope that if it stays on the multiplayer, it stays as a squad leader function only. Now moving on to the supernova, son, yet again. Oh man, I missed the supernova so much. Not. Alright, moving on. Again, it looks incredibly awesome. Definitely the eye candy here. The way the game looks, it's definitely one of the coolest things I've seen in the trailer. Really neat. Alright, another thing that I really hate and really destroys immersion for me. Look at this. Look. It's too much. You see, the screen was already blurry at this time. There was already dirt, you can see dirt, and there was already blood here, and there was already a hit indicator that tells you the direction of the shooter. Now why add this? Why? Really? It does not add up for the immersion at all. This is stupid and retarded. Sorry guys. For me, something immersive is that when you gotta be really focused on what you're doing, and like all your senses, or at least one of your senses, is really pumped, and you're like really trying to get out of a really nasty situation. That's immersion for me. Now what they're doing here is they're taking away the sound with all of the explosions. They took away your HUD, and they took away your ability to see. So basically, there's no you don't know where you are. There's no, how can I say this? There's no perception as to where the enemies are, where your friendlies are. You can listen. You cannot, you know, understand what's going on through the sound, and you can't see either. So all of your senses are gone. For me, immersion is when at least one sense is available and you have to highly focus on that specific sense, sound or vision or perception. Now if they take away everything with this HUD clusterfuck, it does not add up for the immersion. It actually takes me away from it, because there's nothing that I can rely on, you know, to actually play. And it's, for me, it's really game breaking, and I hope that it does not go to the multiplayer, but we all know that it most likely will, and I just hate it. Moving on. Now there's choice, right? There's choice. You either can cut his leg, or you can always cut his leg. Derp. And then you have lightsabers, because apparently you can chop off a leg with just a single hit. Look. Be the derp, be with you, my young apprentice. Alright, moving on. This game really looks beautiful. I cannot stress this enough. It looks gorgeous. Now you see a cityscape, which actually looks awesome, and then you see some underwater thingy, and I love it. You can see by what you can tell by what you see here that the player has actually some kind of a mask, and if this is how underwater sceneries look like, this is really awesome. And I truly hope that underwater warfare and naval warfare have its place on the multiplayer part of the game. Speaking of which, here we see waves, and the aircraft carrier there looks gorgeous. It looks awesome, to be honest. And maybe one of these guys is the diver. Maybe this guy with the hat. I don't know. I'm hoping to see another class, but that's something for another video. And then we see a female model. Now female model is really great. I love that they are doing this, and I do hope that it has its place on the multiplayer part of the game, because I would love to see female models on the battlefield, because, well, there's lots of female gamers out there, so why not? But there's just one thing. When I played when I played Quake 2 and Action Quake 2, there were female models, and everyone was using the female models. Why? Because they are tinier, they are smaller, so they're harder to hit. So I hope that this isn't something that players can exploit, and you see everyone playing with the female model because it's harder to hit, you know, since it's smaller. Anyway, this is basically my take, guys. I wasn't impressed at all. Definitely the things that impressed me the most were the graphics, but then again, the washed out color scheme sucks, the supernova sucks, the blurry screen sucks, all this red shit all over the screen when you're getting hit totally sucks balls. I mean, again, beautiful, awesome, stunning graphics completely ruined by retarded decisions. I truly hope that DICE can make this somewhat of a client-side option, so that players can disable and truly enjoy the beauty of this engine, because it looks incredibly good. Another thing that I really liked was the fact that you have dual optics now. It's really a really awesome addition. Where is it? Is it? Yeah, this is it. So I really love this awesome thing. The explosion of the grenade is also more, you know, it's actually sounds and looks like a grenade is exploding and can do lots of damage. Anyway, guys, everything aside from that, I'm not really impressed with what I saw. I'm gonna make another video talking about my expectations or what could DICE possibly do to at least get an 11-year-old Battlefield veteran pumped for Battlefield 4. I hope you guys enjoy this and take care. Cheers.